Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. There's a bed sliding around over here, so that's something. Interesting things. We are looking at some very specific things for today. If it happens. We've got the Limitless Blue Extreme and Thok Asthok Extreme. High-end trials. Heaven's word. 8 people. 8 people. I'm level 165 and 175. Which we do, in fact, meet the requirements for. Real question is, does anybody do these? For a lot of trials and such, there's not really as much reward in terms of like experience or anything. It's like maybe a weapon or something. We wouldn't be against the idea of getting a weapon here. Other options for getting new, stronger weapons, currently not amazing or very doable. Besides just like continuing forwards in the main scenario quest to get into entire new expansions with higher levels and higher everything. Well, that's for later. Well, let's try these. See if there's anything possible that's going to happen. Average wait time more than 30 minutes. That's going to be a no. That's going to be a no, that's not happening. Kind of expected. Withdraw. No reason to. For like the regular dungeons and stuff, that is part of something here. Part of the treasure trove event. Sure. We don't have enough things unlocked or anything to actually do events and stuff, I don't think, for the most part. Not gonna worry about that. Okay. So those were 2 things that could theoretically happen that are not going to happen. We've also got some stuff in here. I mean, this is part of this treasure trove event. This raid here with 24 people. I don't know. Since it's part of an event, that's probably the best possible time to ever try to do this. 3 parties of a tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. And it's 3 of those parties for up to 24. Wild. Well, let's click on this, see what happens. 9 minutes. 9 minutes for a random raid, huh? I mean, not that random. The Void Arc. Okay. Let's pick up. Let's look at the. Well, let's unselect these things that ain't happening right now. And find the one that wanted for the Void Arc. Will the skies? Yep. Alright. So that's here. Got 1 out of 15 DPS, 3 tanks, 6 healers. See how much this is actually difficult or anything. With 24 people, things could get wildly out of control very quickly. Fascinating stuff, though. In here, it's got the time limit of 2 hours. It's also slightly concerning. This other one is only 90 minutes. It's only 8 people instead of 24. The different composition of tank, healer, DPS here. 1 less tank in the 24 ones. Fascinating stuff. Alliance registrations. Okay. Yeah, there's some healers already. Interesting. We could potentially try to find where this treasure trove event thing is, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Especially with scheduling and everything. Trying to do all the different things required for the events, or these card things up here that everybody else is doing. Unlikely. But this, maybe. And here we go. Light party. Not true. Much more than that. The Void Arc. Pirates? Something like that? Shadow of Mash. The Void Arc. Oh, those things. Our ride is getting out of here. Look at all the people here. It's always wild. Alright. What group are we in? Do we know anything about that? Do progress 0-7. Clear the place. There's people. It's thundering. Okay. Work has begun. Everybody go! Party members. These ones. See, Alliance A and B, so I think we're Alliance C. Because we can see A and B here. Alright. Yeah. I'm sure completely reasonable things are going to be happening in this giant pile of attacking. Alright. Just 24 people sprinting through. Crazy stuff out here. We will attack a thing with one of our casts. Yeah. Are we standing in something? Who knows? Gotta be quicker than that. Everybody's going this way. We're going out a hole. Okay. This is the Stirring Castle. Dropping down in here. Run over this way. Fighting stuff. Yeah. There's little water guys here. Attack those. Something. Hydro. Alright, oh, things are just falling. Making our way down this way. There's a basic conveyance unit. That's a teleporter. Sentence. Alright. Hiya. Some of this. Back to fire. We'll stand in that. Fire! Look at all the different debuffs on it. My goodness. It's not like we're actually trying to have a specific raid composition or anything. It's just people that showed up. We're just keeping in the stomach here. Alright. You're a little guy. Huh. It is very difficult to see what's happening with 24 things going on at the same time. Alright. Out of the boss. Looks like it. Seems. It's over here now. Turn in. Like that. Oh. Push back quite a bit there. Let's take out the hydrospheres. Preferably. Over this way? Yep. Under control. Side, not get blasted too badly. Dodging that, dodging this. Slightly out of the way. Fire. 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 Mana. And down it goes. Yeah, 3,000 experience. These treasure coffers. Guess it's treasure coffer C that we get because we're in group C. 200 legs and 200 hat. It's actually not very good. You get free 210 stuff. That's alright. Continuing forwards. Just coming in here. Aggro and stuff. Eventually. Chaos. This area is sealed off here. They're falling and stuff here. Moth. There's a vine. I'm not entirely sure exactly what's happening here. I was attacking stuff. I'm sure it'll be good. It's an arc marble inside all those things happening in there. I'm just dying here. Poison or something? Yep, I'm dead. Turn. Did we enter ongoing battles? Except a raise. Thank you. Alright. Something happened in there. What is happening in the middle? There's an enemy over there. Let's get it. Here's this thing. It's done. That. We sprint in this direction. We'll go that direction. What we got here? We got weakness. Reduced by 25%. That's unfortunate. More loot in here? No. Okay. Next area. Proceed down this way. This is getting ready in here. Immunus. You say so. Okay. Are we teching? Or there's some orbs happening. Are we teching thing in the middle, or are we teching Sawtooth? It's like a bit of both. Mana up. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't so far seem like there's been any portions where we need to go to specific locations because we're in Group C or anything. Everybody's going over here. Anything in here? Yep. Arc? 10. Oh, wow. Bit of this, bit of that. Continues to glow. Tentacles are happening. Cut. It's been a weird. We finish that off. Thing in the middle's dead. Good. Let's finish off the sawtooth. Okay. Amazing. Things definitely just do be happening out here. More legs. Really feels like the whole full set of gear for just getting to the level is a later edition or something. It just makes so much of the rewards for doing things just irrelevant. Which is definitely something. Meddling mortals, rise and taste vengeance. My ravenous kindred. It's unit. This guy. And he's got hellhounds. Yep. Let's attack some of the hellhounds. Well, that's close to me. I appreciate that. Black guy. Or even is my mouse at this point. So you got this gargoyle here. Can't be having that. Blackguard. Do it. We did it. That was something. All the tinks need tank stands for the final boss, by the way. Alright. We'll do some magical pseudo tube here. Wow. Okay. Next section of the thing. We jump into another tube. This crazy place. There's definitely something out here. A teleporter for getting back here if you have such problems. Here is Kuchichi. Yeah, okay, so close to me. Alright. Let's do it. Blasting. Or something. Yeah. 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 Free mana. Blast happening there. Okay. These bosses must have a lot of health to be just wailed on by 24 people. Doing flaming tentacles. Missed us. Count that as a win. Just all the different effects. Debuffs and damage over time. And just everything's stacking. Air in the room grows thick. There's Gyre Tower. Kill it. I guess. take care of the giant towers. I guess there could be one behind the giant mess boss thing here. That's all the way over there, so we're not going to worry about it. My minions shall infest your world. Through a void pact. The bars are dying. Over here. Defeat the Fubars! There you go. More of them? It's one over there. Gorge one fierce before this bile. All shall something something. Yeah. Well, that's no good. Just a stand on one of these platforms. Is that out of the bile? Got some orbs. No, it's gonna be endless as the stars. Not that endless. Jumping. Loot is more armor. Nope. It's already activated the last boss. This is definitely not pirates or anything. We'll read what was going on here previously. Alright. This is this. Gotta watch that. And pass all the armor pieces. Running on you. Okay. Map in the realm, the Void Ark. Okay. Echidna. That is definitely something right there. Final boss? Looks like it. Intrude upon the queen. Area something something. Yeah. Just the amount of things happening. Pretty wild. That's it, circle here. Circle's gone. Cast him. Cast him. Ah! Out of mana now. Oh, 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 oh. A little bit away from other people. When you want to stack, it's good to stack. Sometimes it's not what you want to do. Alright. Here is Dexter. He's over here. Just little wings, snakes, something. There's 13 strikes, so it's definitely kind of a snake something. We'll work under that assumption. The other snake down. Get some mana back. Some swift casting for your measure, or not. I don't know. Sickle strike. There's definitely something in all that effects going off in there. Something really weird. There's mortal blood to spill. That sounds like ads to me. Brood guard. Them out. That's all of them. Magic. Petrification. Rude. Only for a few seconds. Perhaps a don't look at the boss petrification kind of system. That's alright. Because they exploded. Or they're leaving. And some big ol' spikes everywhere. Almost done. Yeah. Interrupted. Invalid target. Exploded. Yep. More snakes and the main boss now. Whole separate business. Take out the snakes. There's a snake over here. Get them. Sinister. And there I beat the other boss fight. What's next? That's next. And we did. Touching the void. Yep, that can be gone. All right. There's the 8 people of Group C or something. There's definitely more Group ABC stuff in the other big raid thing we did before. That's alright. More loot. We got a coffin lid, lumber. I have a coffin slave. Ancient wood is cold to the touch. Strange. Wine of Echidna. It's a minion. Agreed on that. And then legs, helmet. Again, it's only 200. So, in no way useful. Okay. There you go. And player commendations. There's one for somebody. Alright. It's just the coffin lift. Okay. And there you go. We did it. Leaving a good impression, too. Just by sticking around for a second really diminishes the number of people you can even choose for commendations. Leofard. Bugger me. Expected danger, but not a hellspawn bleeding nightmare made flesh like that. Didn't stop you and your mates, though, did it? That's some crew you got there, and no mistake. Yeah. it was an entire thing. Where they were, the pirates? This is... Yeah, they found the treasure. While we were distracted. Alright. Right then. Let's have a look inside that dirty great coffer type thing. Someone tells me it's filled to the brim with booty. Level 200 armor booty, which is not... Oh, that coffin? Oh boy. Look at me, I never moved a muscle. Whole thing is disintegrating. Oh, there's another demon in here. That's great too. Ah boy. What in the 7 hells is that Maston doing? Looking ominous. Opening stuff. This way, swiftly now. You got it. Time to leave? Can someone else see that talking cat over there? Bloody hell is this adventurous getting We were about a minute. I'll take a talking cat over that any day. This is definitely not where we want to be right now. My goodness. Still, I'd rather take my chances with a friendly person than stay here. Get your things, mateys. We're leaving. But what about the loot? The loot is a demon. You can't spend it when you're dead. Either follow the furball or make friends with a spell-slinging voidburn. Your choice. Ah, damn it. I was not a sky pirate meant to make a living. It's broken the chains or something. Through the magic tubes. Gotta get out of here. That's a final boss right there. Wild. Much more threatening than the kind of more freaky demon we had to deal with. Problem for another day, though, maybe. Good to be out of there. My goodness. Is it chasing us? Did it charge up a giant laser? More chains. Let's break through all that too. Oh, yep, breaking through all that too. Great. The ship's breaking up. Is he trying to bring her down? Or unleash it? Oh yeah. Okay. The Void Ascent is attempting to initiate a dimensional displacement, but the gate cannot possibly be large enough for the entire ship. Now the bottom is opening. Putting the Queen's coffin, he takes it beyond our reach. Into the void. You can just leave, that'd be good. It's probably not good, but... Sinking back into the clouds. Well, I don't see much point hanging around here. Let's get back to solid ground. Yeah. I'm sure there's implications from all that. So, this is to rule the skies. A cosmic object. So the ship splits open, blind blast of light. So you can ecto compass. I'll track the ghost ship. So we're searching for the ghost ship. We did that. plot a course to intercept the cursed vessel. We got a trusty crew. We're bowling over no sky pirates gone before, and live to tell the tale. So we went there, and then that happened. So, is something we need to follow up on, or can't really, because they're in the void and everything. 'Twas a bit touch and go in places, I grant you, but here we all are, and all with our bits still attached. This calls for a foaming flagon of. Hold on. Ain't we missing someone? Did I tell Tana to wait for us here? Never fear, we've been keeping the girl company. But enough about her. Did you see the cannon on that ship? As you know, my dear Leofard, I'm not easily moved, but the sheer power on display set me all a-quiver. Well, I hope you're content to admire it from afar. The vessel ain't for the likes of you or me. Do not presume to measure me by your own limitations. Besides, I've shown how resourceful I can be. Which brings me neatly to the point. You have in your possession a device capable of tracking the ghost ship. Hand it over, or your engineer shall suffer the consequences. You really don't want to go there. I would not recommend it. Perfect. A compass pointing the way to my just reward. A weapon like that belongs in the hands of one with the will to use it. Come lads, our business here is concluded. Sorry, Captain, they caught me off guard. You hit a bang on the head or something? The man I know would never give in to someone like her without a fight, unless... What did you do to the compass? Who, me? Not. Besides slipping a link pearl in its casing, like, haha. As long as Radlia keeps it close, you can be damn sure she will. We'll know exactly what them thieving bastards are planning. Anyone care to wager how long it'll take for her to notice me little gift? That's very clever and all, but how are you proposing to stop her from getting her hands on that derelict and its great big cannon? I ain't worked that part out yet. I expect it'll start with us keeping a close eye on the Talons. Before we get to any of that, though, I have some questions what need answering. We should know more of the Void Ark, the ghost ship as you call it. Yeah. The Void Ark, so that's its proper name. I'd like to hear whatever you'd care to tell us, Puss. And I, for my part, am curious to hear your stories. Ere we continue, however, must insist that you address me by my proper name, Kate Sith. I will not respond to Puss or Cat, and decidedly not Furball. Okay. My tale begins long, long ago in the city of Mash, which once stood in the lands of Yefrim. The sorcerers of Mash were masters of destructive magics. They brought that terrible power to bear against Andropol and Nim in the War of the Magi. The titanic forces they unleashed, however, took a heavy toll upon the land, ultimately resulting in a colossal flood that drowned the realm of Eorthia, a catastrophe which my master, High Void Mage Cesar, was wise enough to foresee. Wait. Colossal flood? Are you talking about the 6th Umbral Calamity? I suppose you would know it as such. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. When they learned of the fate that awaited them, the Magi began construction of a gargantuan vessel that would bear their people to the skies and to safety. The operation of the Void Ark, as the ship came to be called, was entrusted to Caesar. Prior to that, of course, my master had been a prisoner in her own home, confined for her outspoken opposition to the war. So the Ark was meant as a sanctuary. And how did it come to be so, I mean, what happened to all the people, and where did all the void scent come from? But what power do you imagine such a massive craft remains aloft? The energy required to raise the Ark was siphoned from over 1,000 otherworldly servants sealed within the vessel. Advances in XIV sorcery were made for one reason and one reason only: cataclysmic destructive power. And the swiftest and most dangerous method of acquiring that power was through the enslavement of void-sent entities. So the creatures on the derelict, they broke free from your master's control. At the very heart of the Ark, the Void Mages had entombed a great ruler of the Void-sent, Skathash the Shadow Queen. But in order to control so potent a prisoner, a mage of adamant will was required. Being Ash's premier sorcerer, Cesara was deemed best qualified, but otherwise my master might never have been released from her own imprisonment. Yet even with Cesar's peerless skill, the Shadow Queen could not long be subjugated. One after another, the lesser Void Scent awoke and ran rampant within the ship. In the end, Cesar and 53 Void Mages aboard the Ark sacrificed their own life energies to return the fiends to their coffins, leaving me, a lowly familiar, to watch over a derelict prison. If I remember me umbral eras right, stuff you just described happened more than 1,500 years past, which is a good while by anyone's measure, since everything seems to have been quiet on board your boat till just recently. I'm thinking something unusual must have happened to wake the inmates up. Am I warm? One day, a void scent that had taken the shape of a bat flew into the ship. First it was a little more than a nuisance that I brushed away, but the longer it remained on the Ark, the stronger it seemed to become. Eventually I could not contend with its power and began shattering seal after seal. Could be the demon we saw at the end. We looked upon the true form of this fiend as he broke the chains holding the queen's coffin. You can only assume that he is one of Sasha's subjects, intent on bringing about her return. Well, that explains that then, except for one small detail, namely where the queen's coffin went. After it fell out of the ship's belly, I'm assuming it didn't just disappear, right? Recall the great rift the Ark's cannon ripped in the sky? That was a void gate. Such a portal opens a temporary path through the void, allowing the ship to travel almost instantaneously from one location to another. The void scent, as you saw, only opened a gate large enough to displace the coffin. As for the coffin's destination, however, as much a mystery to me as it is to you. I beseech you, conquerors of the Ark, help me find the queen's coffin ere the wards binding Sasha are dispelled. Smells to me like an adventure. Who knows what ancient Aki treasures we might stumble on along the way. Gods know they'll make a nice change from all them elegant tombstones we've been collecting. I will help you. Never gonna be higher for the sake of the realm, you understand. Only time if I let either Radley or that bat-winged bastard take the freedom of the skies from me. You care only for how you might be inconvenienced. If the Shadow Queen were to return, it would have dire consequences for this entire star. Count your blessings, Furball. I said we'd help, didn't I? Yeah. Before we go rushing off in search of that coffin, though, there's preparations to be made. Might as well get back to your usual heroic employment, Arctic. I'll let you know when it's time to round up your mates again. Okay. Well, that was definitely something. So we have the next part available. The time is nigh, my dear Talons. Soon we shall seize control of the ghost ship and all its power, and rule the skies from here to the ends of the world. Several problems here. Got Void Scent. Got these guys. The giant crazy laser. Hum 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 hum. Okay. And we get 7,500 gil. Thanks. Quest complete. Paying the bills. What would that be? Well, that is rule the skies, paying the bills. And new thing here with Stacia. The Weeping City appears to be in need of your assistance. I think just about to fly out to Ishgard and track you down. Remember Kate Sith, the Aki familiar? Work with him on a plan to find Diablos and the Queen's coffin. There have been void sightings from pirates all over, so we know that Batwinged Buggers is hiding someplace in the sky. We just don't know exactly where. As we're going about pinpointing the location, they fire on the field and are bickering over exactly how. As Ryu come in, with a spare moment or two, we could use a third opinion to break the stalemate. Besides all that, the Fire is eager to have another hand to help in the search. Come on over to the Perock as soon as you're able. You know the way from here, don't you? Quest accepted. Go that way. Okay. I'm sure this is just going to start another raid or something. Like parts of the raid, something like that. We'll see if we can help. Next time. Goodbye.